A chef who cooked at my wedding showed me this trick. Since then, I deep fry with ease and always have clean pots. Start by preparing a large pot and some parchment paper. Line the pot with parchment paper, shaping it to fit snugly. Pour in the oil you'll be using and heat it as usual. Once the oil reaches the right temperature, fry your food as you normally would. After frying, let the oil cool slightly, then simply lift out the parchment paper along with the oil. No mess, no scrubbing. This trick has completely changed the way I cook. Stuff your favorite fillings into potato cubes. You've never tasted anything like this before. Start by boiling about 4 medium potatoes. While they're still hot and soft, add garlic, fresh thyme, a pinch of salt, and a generous amount of butter. Use a masher to blend the potatoes until smooth. Now, take slices of ham and cheese, layering them alternately to create a delicious stack. Once you have your ham and cheese stack, cut it into even cubes. Each of these cubes will form the heart of your potato cubes. Take a small handful of mashed potatoes and flatten it in your hand. Place a ham and cheese cube in the center, then wrap the potatoes around it, forming a smooth ball. The goal is to completely encase the ham and cheese in the mashed potatoes, creating a larger cube. Repeat this process until all the cubes are covered. Next, prepare 3 bowls, one with flour, one with beaten eggs, and one with breadcrumbs. Coat each potato ball first in flour, then dip it in the egg, and finally roll it in breadcrumbs. This coating will give them a crispy, golden surface. Heat a generous amount of oil in a pan over medium heat. When the oil is hot, carefully place the potato balls into the pan. Fry them until they're golden brown on all sides, turning gently to ensure even cooking. Once ready, serve them with your favorite sauce. Potato cubes are perfect as a meal or a snack. Put pasta in the blender. You haven't had something like this before. The first step is to soak the spaghetti noodles. At first, however, break it in half so that it is easier to put it in the blender and in the pot. Pour some cold water over the pasta and keep it like this for an hour to soften. After this time, place the pasta in the blender. Add 1 egg, 3 tablespoons of sugar, and half a cup of milk. Blend everything until smooth. The mixture should be runny enough to pour into the pan, but not too liquid either. Before frying, spray the pan with a little oil and spread them evenly. Pour the batter into the pan in single batches and fry for about 3 minutes on each side over medium heat until golden. The pancakes are now ready, and their texture makes them melt in your mouth. You can serve the pancakes with maple syrup or dusted them with powdered sugar. These macaroni pancakes are very delicious and unique. Throw chips into boiling water. This absurd hack actually works. I'm sure you've never tried anything like this before. Take a pot with about 500 milliliters of water. Bring it to a boil. Add 2 packets of chips to the boiling water, starting with one and adding the other after a moment. Stir the chips thoroughly in the pot of water. Cook them on medium heat, stirring occasionally until they soften completely and form a thick, mashed consistency. Once this happens, remove the pot from the stove. Then take another pot and a strainer. Pour the mixture through the strainer to get a perfectly smooth potato mass. Transfer it to a plate. The dish is ready. This unique creation can serve as a dip or simply as mashed potatoes. Making potatoes from chips isn't exactly economical, but it's a fun and surprising culinary experiment that I highly recommend. Homemade chip puree is one of those quirky ideas that actually works. This dish was always made by my grandmother when I visited her. I always asked for seconds. Boil water in a pot and add 400 grams of pasta, preferably penne. Cook for about 10 minutes. In the meantime, prepare the egg mixture. Crack 5 eggs into a bowl and add 50 grams of sour cream. Mix the eggs and sour cream thoroughly. Chop your favorite herbs such as parsley and chives. Then, dice a large tomato and add it to the bowl. Mix everything well and season with salt, pepper, and garlic. Drain the cooked pasta and transfer it to a pan, lightly sprayed with oil. Pour the egg and vegetable mixture over the pasta. Cook on low heat for about 7 minutes. Meanwhile, transfer canned peas to a bowl and mash them well. Then flip the pasta omelet onto the other side using a plate. On the already browned side, spread the mashed peas and sprinkle grated cheese on top. Cook for a few more minutes, then transfer the omelet to a large plate and cut it like a pizza. Serve with mayonnaise sauce. I guarantee you it's delicious. If you have potatoes and canned tuna, you have to try this. A delicious meal I make for my family very often. You'll have a ready meal in 20 minutes, and everyone will want seconds. Peel 5 potatoes and cut them into thick slices. Put them in a pot and cover with cold water. Boil for about 15 minutes. Check with a fork. Once they are soft, they're ready. While the potatoes are cooking, prepare the filling with tuna, onion, carrot, and chives. Open the can and place the tuna in a bowl, mashing it into smaller pieces with a fork. Peel and dice 1 onion. Heat some oil in a pan and add the diced onion. Sauté until golden. While the onion is cooking, peel and grate 1 carrot. Add the grated carrot to the sautéed onion. Let them simmer together until soft. Set aside to cool, then transfer to a bowl. Chop 1 bunch of chives and add it to the bowl with the carrot and onion. Now, add the mashed tuna. Season with salt and pepper to taste and mix everything thoroughly. Let it sit for a few minutes to allow the flavors to combine. Now, drain the cooked potatoes and grate them. Transfer the grated potatoes to a bowl and add 1 egg, a pinch of salt, and 100 grams of grated cheese. Mix well. Then add 4 tablespoons of flour. If the dough is too sticky, add more flour. Mix thoroughly. From the prepared dough and filling, shape juicy stuffed patties. A helpful tip is to grease your hands before shaping each patty. Flatten a portion of the dough into a circle, add a spoonful of filling, and form it into a patty. Repeat until you have around 10 patties. Fry the formed patties in oil until golden brown. This recipe is quick, delicious, and the patties are juicy with a pleasant tuna flavor. You'll be making this tasty meal often. Thread the pasta on skewers. Such a meal no one will refuse. Cook penne pasta in salted water according to the instructions on the package. Then drain it and wait until it cools down. Now prepare a baking tray and line it with baking paper. Stuff the pasta on wooden skewers. Leave some free space at the ends. When the skewers are ready, place them on the paper-lined baking sheet. Then mix the ketchup in a small bowl with the mustard. Glaze the skewers with the mixture on the top. A silicone kitchen brush will be perfect for this purpose. Spread some grated cheese on top of greased pasta. Then arrange the sliced salami above. Top the pasta with sweet bell peppers as well. Now place the skewers in the oven, preheated to 180 degrees Celsius. After about 20 minutes, you can take them out. Making this recipe costs peanuts, and anyone who tries it will certainly never forget it.